Right, we are looking at Colourforge. Please excuse the banging in the background. I'm filming on a Friday and the loading bay is quite noisy. Yep, looking at Colourforge. Also, now, this is the Paradiso. I picked this up off somebody. Where did I get it from? I got it from Mighty Lancer Games. There you go. There we go. That's where it came from. So, what we're looking at. This is Colourforge's MDF scenery. This could be interesting. Now, you know I'm always moaning that companies don't put numbers on them. Look at this. We have numbers in the corners. And they correspond to pages on the plans, which I would show you, but it's on a different screen behind me. And so when I want to find the piece that I'm looking for, I'm going to be able to find it. Yes, it's little things. I'm quite excited about this. Okay? No one else does this. All the MDF kits we've done so far, I have not had anyone that actually corresponds their plans with numbers. And I'm quite excited. It is standard 3mm MDF. It feels quite a lot stiffer than some of the stuff I've done. The cut-throughs... mainly the knife. I'll be honest with you, you can't see it on the camera, but they're quite clear there. So I'm probably going to be using a knife for it. The detailing itself, it's fairly plain, but I quite like it. We've got line hatching and so on. At a guess, I am guessing this is built for infinity. But even there, the maze on this piece, the honeycomb on this one, I think it's quite nice. Walls, yeah, again, numbers. Look, it says 4-2. This will be 4-3. No, that's 3-2. So clearly there are two different sheets. According to the plans, there are 13 pages. So yeah, and they're laid out in front of me as I'm looking at it. So let's see how it goes. So I know I just said that these are instructions, but weirdly the one and the two here, and then on the screen I'm looking at it says Barak Step 1 walls B blah. So this corresponds to another page in the plans, which then gives you the numbers for the bits that they are. These tiny dots you can see are magnet holes, but it doesn't actually say what size the magnet is. It also says don't glue it because all the walls are interchangeable, and therefore if you want to change them or reset them or have them floating around, do not glue them together. So that's fine. But as we know, I generally glue in this game because that's what I do. And you may have noticed I've already done this bit without even looking at it. It's that simple. It just kind of goes together like that, and I'm done. Obviously, to get that in there like that, you have to go one side then the other side. Or go down like that, and then try and just bend that over to go up. It's bent over like that, and yeah, there's my first cube. It was that simple. On here, that would be the door. So magnet in there, magnet in there. There were the windows. Magnet in there, magnet in there, and then they can just click to the front of the building, to the sides. That's that one done. So that was B. Next, we're looking for B3, B4, B5, B6. B3, B4, B5, B6. That one. They go on to A6, which is, at a guess, sheet 1 of 1, which is here. And off this one, we have E7, 8, 9, and 10. So I'm just going to put that there, like that. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well, that was easy. It hits these 4 pieces here. Now, I think I know what it means now. So you have the choice here of these 4, which will go onto these pieces. and they go this way round, I believe, which seems weird. So that lines down like that, and then that one goes on the other side. So we're only using 2 of them, but we can use any 2 of the 4 because they're all the same. But we do need to use all 4 of these. And obviously it does say variations available, assemble. So you could use all 4 of these all the way around, I think. I'm doing that. And you know what? If you look at the picture, they're actually the other way up. So as I was saying, you could use all 4 of these all the way around, or you could use 2 on one side, as it's showing, and these on the other, because obviously there are ladders that sit in the middle of them. So if you're doing that as a roof piece, now do you want them all the way around, or do you want to have a roof hatch that's going up onto it? So these are quite loose compared to some of the MDF we've done. They do fit. That's kind of slip. I'm guessing that sits on there. Oh, look at that. It just sits on there like that. And you put the ladder there. I'll be honest with you, I'd still glue that. I really would. But if you want to change it around, this is the thing. Do you glue it? Do you leave it as it is? So far, I'm quite enjoying this. It's quite sturdy and thick in what it is. Right, so now I need to see, which I'm going to guess is this one. Number 2 one. Just pop that off. Because that takes up one edge. I say pop it off. I'm trying not to break these bits, and they don't really come off that well. And the other side is this edge. I haven't cut a single one of these yet, by the way. I have more of these now. So look, they just match it with that one. There's no difference in them. They're all the same. So we'll just do that. And we've got another window sheet on there. I am going to take a wild stab in the dark. But this long, wiggly roof is part of this. Because there's 2 doors on there. And then D1, which would be 2, 3, is our ends of this building. There's 1. There's 2. And yet again, more of these bits to cover the edges of the roof. Now, I could be wrong here, but I'm not. I thought I was going to be. I am not. So, we're going to put this together. Now, this door goes at the opposite end to this door, so that will go like that. Yet again, that is the same width as that. So this is honestly just a case of popping it together like that, and then the window goes at the back, making sure all the detail is on the outside. I am going to guess you could, if you wanted to, you could actually glue the doors in place. Just grab one here. Just going to pop the door off just to show, because they are bigger. Yeah, look, they're bigger. See? So you can glue that on and then you never have to go inside, but they are these tiny magnet holes. I'm going to take a wild guess that they're 1x3s. It doesn't say anywhere in the instructions. So that's that done. And then we want this piece, which will go on the top like that. And obviously, how do you want your roof to lay out? So, these bits on the outside, like so, and like so. It does suggest the singles across the end, so the doubles across the side. But yet again, if you are going to reposition your roofing to how you want it, you may put those doubles, or the across an end, because you may not want a ladder there. I don't know. I don't know if we'll have spare ones. But you can see how easy this is going together. I'm just going to pop all these out. So, yeah, when it comes to these bits, we'll just pop them out and have done with it, because they're all the same by the look of it. That's where the stairs are going to go. They probably do on gluing in place, to be honest. Once you got the roof on. But yeah, again, make sure you know how you want your roof before you do it. I thought this might be a long video. This may not be a long video at all, because this is just so easy to do. And afterwards, you know, you're gamers. Do what you do. You build it, you paint it, you do whatever it is you're going to do with it. I'm mainly greatly intrigued by everything I'm doing in a minute with this one. So that could... Oh, look! That will sit in there like that. Or I thought it would. That edge seems a little bit... Oh, look, they're on different... It's got a different height on this side. Oh, no, they are the same height. So, yeah, that can sit just back from that. Okay, so you... Right, there's... Gives you a bit of a lift at the front. Okay, yeah, I'll... These bits keep falling off, so I'm just going to leave those off for a second. But they're all the same, so... I'll just take that off. Put that on here. I am guessing the edges, because these roofs are really quite flimsy. Well, they're not flimsy. I think they're going to need gluing to hold them in place. If that makes sense. So I'm not 100% sure if this is the top roof or the top section or the lower section. But yeah, they seem to go quite nicely together. What's next? So yeah, you literally work down the sheet as you go. Look, this one's a big triangle, and there's even more of those. So we'll just pop all these out again. They're popping out. To say I went, oh look, that's kind of a bit thick on the cut. They pop out really easily. There is really no effort. You may need to do a tiny, tiny bit of filing, but not a downside. Yeah, this is actually really impressive. I am surprised. Oh, that's a different one. Right, I'm going to hold my horses there, because I have just discovered there is a different style of this peg. So this one is all smooth both edges. And I was thinking all the way through it, oh, this is the only one we're going to use. And then I came up to this one, and look, it's got a cutout of it. Both of them have. See? So they can lock like that. So I don't know what that's about. So we'll put those to one side, because they are different. And then we will build these walls. And I guess what we're looking at. See, that's got the window mounted in the door frame. Yeah, and then we've got one of these with the same. We've got two of these now with the same piece. Now, I think this might be because this is obviously an L shape. So I'll put those to one side. We will pop out all of these sections, because I'm fairly sure these are the right ones. And just literally follow it, just following down through the instructions. They've got all the numbers on them. The numbers seem to match the pieces. Yeah. We're nearly through this already. So, big front piece, side piece. Yeah. So they go like that. I'm guessing this is where it gets complicated. So, end piece goes here. I'll just move some of the other ones out of the way for a second so you can see better. This end piece goes on there. Then we have the door piece, which slots there, like that. Do I do it this way? So that goes there. I'll do it this way. This one goes here. Then the final bit is the window, and that goes on this end. Yet again, they say these walls can be changed and moved around. That is a little bit flimsy. It has got a bit of a wobble in it. Do you know what, though? Unlike most of the ones where we have to glue them, I actually don't think we need to glue these. That then sits on there like that. That's the roof. Those pieces with the bits missing are for the inner corner here. So if you're doing it with the small ones, these ones, they go like that, and then they slot in here, he says, like this, so they can overlap each other. That is quite difficult to do. If you look, I'm trying to get it in there. There we go. Just by overlap. And that then sits in that corner. And obviously you can put the ladders on here, or you can use the longer ones, and yet again it would go like that into the corner and then hold it and get it the right way up. They're actually upside down. I just realised upside down. Get it that way around like that. Getting these off is just a reverse. So we'll just slide that in there. You want to put the bottom edge with the lower edge on in first, and then the one with the higher edge. Just line it up, slide it over, and done. You know, that's easy. That's all. That. Then obviously, as before, all the other pieces around the outside. And then finally, there's a really big one. This is like the easiest thing in MDF I've ever built. There's a really big one here. So that goes on there. That goes on there. That one then goes on here. But which way around? That way around. Yeah, this one goes on here. Obviously, you need the different. Oh no, it doesn't go that around. Turn it round. Goes on like that. And this makes it the ground floor. And yet again, magnet points for the doors. Sorry, it's got stuck. Magnet points for the doors. Nice little keypad. I wish more MDF structures had keypads for doors. I like keypads on doors. They look cool. In the modern world, how do you get in a door? You use a key. In a sci-fi world, how do you get through a door? You use a keypad. Then you've got to remember a number, or even just a hand scanner or something like that. I'm not going to pop the rest of these. I'm not going to pop these out because they're the same as all the others. There's no difference here. And yeah, this then goes and mounts up like one giant square around the outside. Doors on either end, which is kind of cool. This, honestly, has been one of the easiest kits I've built. And one of the quickest kits I've built. So I should now put all the edges on. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put corners on so it'll hold it in place. Where. Then pull the camera out and we'll stack it up. Yeah. So you get an outside shot. There we go. Done. That's the corner on. That's the corner on. It's a little bit loose in the middle. This all just mounts up like that. And that. Oh, sorry. Obviously, you need to work out all the doors sit properly. And yeah, these are going to need gluing in place to hold them in properly, because obviously the roofing slats actually lock everything in place. So you may want to just have a look at that when it's done. But yeah, that's really easy. I am mildly surprised at how easy that actually was to build. I'm not mildly surprised, I'm very surprised at how easy that was to build. Yeah, that just slots in there like that. That goes there like that. That goes there like that. yeah, getting that roof piece in the right way around is a bit awkward. So it appears to have one edge that's lower than all the others. So I don't think I got it wrong. I would have guessed the door is here and it goes that way, but that one edge there just doesn't drop quite far enough. But it's matched up with the other side. And then the front. Hang on. I know what's happened. Watch out for these. I got it upside down. So yeah, these pieces do actually go a specific way round. So be careful of that. That was why I was getting... Everything else I've got perfectly right. That one I got upside down and I've just snapped the edge off it. So yeah, again, as always, heavy-handed. Watch out for that. That'll PVA back in. I am still sitting there going, I think I'm going to glue everything. Right, I'm going to glue each of the boxes. Because I think you can take them to bits, but you are going to end up doing damage to them if you do take them to bits regularly. Because obviously it is just MDF, it is just compressed wood at the end of the day and compressed paper. It will snap. And yeah, it looks like I've got several of them actually upside down as I've done it. Some of the smaller pieces. So I am guessing. Right, so that's the right around now. As you do it, there is a block along the bottom here. See the square along the bottom? That is the bottom piece all the way around on every bit. And if you look here, these end two, they've actually got them upside down. So I'm just going to take this out very carefully because I don't want to break it again. And I'm going to just spin them around the right way. Because it's only the smaller pieces that I've done it with, and it's only these two bits. Because they fit in either way up, so watch out for that. And look, like that, just done. That's just done. And then obviously you can now mount that all properly snugly into the corners with the edges. That'll sit neatly on top now without any issue of bashing of other bits. That will then sit on top of there, like that. Which I think's the right way around. You need a double ladder for this side. That'll then sit on top of this. That'll sit on top of there. Obviously I haven't got all the edges on properly because I haven't. I don't know how I'm going to put them all in yet. I need to plan it. And if I plan out, you can see it's all done. How cool is that? Obviously, we do need to build the ladders still, but I haven't found the instructions for those yet. Oh, they're right at the bottom. So it's quite literally this bit, one of these, which is the double ladder. And then for the double ladder, now these are lots of breakable bits, so be careful. This, and they just go clunk, in like that, clunk, in like that, and that's done. Then that will just hang there, like that. Wow, how easy is that? That's ridiculously easy. There are two double ladders with the look of it, and two singles. Oh no, there may be four singles. Yeah, it's just a case of working out what the magnets are. It doesn't say what the magnet sizes are. Where is my magnet pot? Under here somewhere. What we got? Army painter ones. We have three of them. We've got 3mm, 5mm. So that's 3mm. Let's see if a 3mm will fit. Oh no, I've got some 1mm as well. We'll look a bit. So where's that door I just had that I popped off? You may notice I'm scrambling a bit. That's because I'm running out of time on the recorder. Also, I don't want to bore you. This is an easy one. So that's that. I guess they're 3x1s. Yeah, they're too big. They're not going to fit in there. They have 3x3s. They have 5mm. Yeah, it's going to be a really tiny, like a 1mm for that 1x3. Because these are 3x1. They're not going to go in there. So there you go. That's that's a colour forged bit of scenery. That was really, 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 really easy. And now we know just how easy colour forged scenery really is. I have glued it up. You'll notice the side door there with the longer ladder. I glued the doors on because I don't want to use it as a pass-through thing. I just want it to be a scenery piece that I can adapt. But the piece with the long ladder on there, to get the long ladder in, I had to cut the door to slide the ladder into place. It fills the hole. It looks ridiculous. The door higher up on the back, though, I just left the gap there. The side supports are great for holding it in place once they're glued. It is only the roof that's glued. The walls themselves are not glued. And then I've cocktail sticked and glued the doors and the windows on. I had to cut some of the side wall on one of them because the doors are slightly wider than the gap it left. So I had to cut away part of it. It looks fine. I'm happy with it. I'm going to get it painted up and it's done. It's a really nice piece of scenery. It's really easy and really quick to build compared to a lot of the MDF stuff I've been making. It's very plain, but for the price, it's not that bad. I think this whole thing was $34.99. As always, links in the description. I will post to where I bought it from and who made it, so on. Right, enjoy.